Joshua Van, your days are numbered, brother. Manel Kape is coming for that ass. He just knocked out Brandon Royval in the last fight of 2025, winning the main event of UFC Fight Night, Royval versus Kape at the Apex. Manel Kape steals the show and injects himself back into the title picture at 125, and that division's heating up, boys. The fight itself was over very, very quickly. Royval managed to land a couple of all right body kicks, but Kape just looked calm, composed, and very, very centered in that fight. High guard, nice and flat-footed, waiting for his chance to strike, and strike he did. He landed a really nasty, tight little right hook that just sat down Brandon Royval, buckled his legs. Kape follows up enough, and the ref stops it. Look, Royval bounced straight back up, protesting in that, but the replays show that the first shot knocked his legs out from underneath him, and the second shot on the ground was the one that actually rolled his eyes back in the head and put him out, flash KO'd him again. And at first I was thinking early stoppage, but Herb did the right thing. He saw the look on Royval's eyes that I didn't see the first time, and yeah, it was a good stoppage. We end our 2025 of main event picks the exact same way we started it, consistently at least. Fucking terrible. The main event picks were hot dog shit all year long, fellas. I mean, only started in like August, but yeah, they were pretty average. I think I got about 15% of the main event picks. But hey, overall, the picks have been really good in 2025. I think we end the year of about 65% overall, and the picks on this card were actually quite good. I think I went 8-2-1 with the draw, so I only got the first fight and the last fight wrong, but hey, can't complain too much about that. I just can't score a main event to save my life. Hey, look, to be honest with you, the Royval pick was not based on a whole lot of logic. Manel Kape is good. I know he's good. I like him. I've watched all his fights, but I don't know. I think I just got a little bit hyped up by the excitement factor of Brandon Royval. Not that Manel Kape is not an exciting fighter, but I think I just got a little bit caught up in the hype there with how well he did against Joshua Van. And, Joshua Van knocked out Pantoja in round one. So good performance from Manel Kape there in the main event. I hope he stays active. Does he need one more fight before he gets to the belt? You tell me, boys. Go down in the comments there and tell me if you reckon that Manel Kape should be getting the next shot. Look, he had a sick call out of Joshua Van. It was pretty handy mic work, to be honest. I did enjoy that. He's a lot more promotable, in my opinion, than Tatsuro Taira. But depending on what market you're talking about, I'm sure the Asian and the Japanese markets love Tatsuro Taira a bit more. But you never know. I think Manel Kape's an ex-Ryzen guy as well, so maybe he's got a following over there as well. I think he does. So I don't know. I think he is a little bit more promotable. He speaks better English anyway. At least he speaks some English. He doesn't go, "I'm very happy, thank you." But look, both guys are coming off early rounds, somewhat early stoppages. So it's going to be interesting to see what the UFC does. Both guys beat, flyweight legends. Maybe Moreno's a bit more of a legend than Royval. So I don't know how the fuck you split these two guys. Hopefully Pantoja's healed up quickly and he can just run it back with Joshua Van, and then we get a bit of clarity there, and then maybe Manel Kape and Tatsuro Taira fight each other for the shot at the belt. But I don't know what they're going to do there. It will be interesting to see. It'll all depend on timing and how Dana's feeling. I don't know if Dana loves Manel Kape, but you never know. He had a good performance there. He's the one that put the most recent stamp on it. They both fought pretty recently, but yeah, it'll be good to see what happens there. I think if Pantoja heals up quickly enough, then Kape and Taira should fight each other. So yeah, good performance from Kape. Bad luck, Raw Dog. He's a mad dog. I'll always watch his fights, but yeah, that was pretty sad to see there. He wasn't happy with himself either. So bad luck, Raw Dog. In the co-main event, Kevin Vallejos sleeps Giga Chikadze, bro. That was sick. The first time Giga Chikadze's ever been knocked out. And yeah, he gets it done after a pretty dicey round one. Giga was landing the Giga kicks, bro. He was doing his thing, what he does best, just spamming kicks at range, and Vallejos was struggling with the range. You look at these two, they look like they're in like two weight classes apart. And I was a little bit worried there for Vallejos. He was, in hindsight, he was being patient and getting his reads, but he looked a little bit frozen out there in the first round, and it was a close round. And, I actually scored it for Kevin Vallejos, but that was out of pure bias. The other thing was that Vallejos checked a kick, or Giga checked a kick, I think, and it busted his leg up bad, and he had a really deep gash on his shin that probably limited him a little bit. But it was Vallejos with a sick little step-in combo where he went bang, bang, and somewhat tagged Chikadze, and Chikadze was going, nah, what are you doing? That didn't hurt. And while he was BMing him like that, while he was fucking emoting, Vallejos just steps through and finishes a combo with a big spinning back fist that pretty much sleeps Chikadze, but he just knocked him on his ass. Down he goes, and then Vallejos jumps on him and just lands some of the most filthy, quick, fight-ending ground and pound, and Giga, bro, that's what you get for emoting all over him and trying to look cool. Kevin Vallejos gets it done, and he actually won me a tidy little multi today, boys. So hope you were following along with the punch-ons picks, just not the main event and not the first one. So if you put the ones that I was confident about on, you would have done really well, like I did. So good shit, Kevin Vallejos. He's one of my new favourite fighters to watch there, and I'll be keen to see what he does next. He's going to be ranked as well. So some big fights to come for that fella. Cesar Almeida versus Cezary Oleksiejczuk, the fucking Caesar salad fight. Yeah, it was shit. It was like a Caesar salad without any fucking chicken or bacon or anything in it, boys. This fight sucked. But I called it perfectly. I said that Cezary Oleksiejczuk was going to win a decision by wrestling domination, and that's exactly what happened. He had about 10 minutes of control time in this fight. Just took down Cesar Almeida so easily, like made it look like this guy had no wrestling whatsoever. And the commentators were trying to gas up Almeida, saying he's a really well-rounded fighter, but he didn't look like a well-rounded fighter. His takedown defense was completely non-existent, and Cezary Oleksiejczuk just exploited that. The commentators were whinging about it too. They were saying, I'm really disappointed in Cesar Oleksiejczuk. He's an explosive guy. He's a fight finisher. Like, what's he doing here? Doesn't he want to stamp himself in the UFC? And I'm thinking, yeah, I love violence as well. I love interesting, high-output, violent fights. But if a dude can't defend a takedown and you're good at doing takedowns, and then you get that's low-hanging fruit. It's your free path to victory. So that's what Cezary Oleksiejczuk took. He just took him down over and over, controlled him, landed like little shots, didn't do a lot of damage. Shit fight, but busted up Almeida over the course of 3 rounds and won quite easily. So if you got the chance to get your payday and get your win bonus by doing an easy method, then you're going to do it, right? So, yeah, look, it was a shit fight. I'm not going to keep talking about it, but clear 3-0 for Oleksiejczuk, and basically the only reason I called that to be a 3-0 wrestling decision, because I've just said, what would Mikhail Oleksiejczuk do? And not to say he's a boring fighter, but he's well-rounded, he's got good grappling, and if he fought Cesar Almeida, he would do exactly that, take him down, because Almeida's a kickboxer, and kickboxers can't wrestle. So, yeah, that was a good performance, like a good dominant win for Oleksiejczuk, not a good fight. This was pretty sick, though. Melquizael Costa, the fucking Dalmatian, versus Morgan Charrier. I picked Costa by decision, and I almost went with bloody Morgan Charrier. Thank fuck I didn't trust bloody Alonzo Menefield. That's what I've named my cook little brain cell that just tweaks out when I'm about to make a logical pick. Thank fuck I didn't trust Alonzo, because Milky Costa kicks Morgan Charrier in the head in the first 30 seconds and sleeps him. You got to love to see it. It was sick. It was a really cool looking head kick. Probably the best highlight of the card, up there with Kevin Vallejos. And this weird looking motherfucker Milky Costa decapitates the last pirate and gives him the fucking mange on the ground, and then balls his eyes out on the microphone afterwards. It was wholesome as fuck. I actually quite like Milky Costa. He's on the rise, bro. He's not anything too special, but that was his best highlight for his career, and he's on a pretty good win streak now, so I'm keen to see where he ends up as well. Milky, well done, brother. You're changing your life one fight at a time. Bad luck, Morgan Charrier. I've always thought Morgan Charrier is not that good. He's got a really patchy record. More patchy than fucking Melquizael Costa's back. So, yeah, good work, Milky Costa. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Marcus Buchecha. Bro, this was an abomination of a fight. I picked Nzechukwu by KO. He almost had Buchecha out of there, but it ended up as a draw, and it was, I got no arguments either. It was like it was less controversial than the Jan Blachowicz one, but the reason why it was a draw was because Nzechukwu poked him in the eye in round 2. And look, I don't know about that point take, to be honest. It was a clear eye poke. Eye pokes suck, and if you're going to be penalising eye pokes, absolutely, I don't mind. Take the point. It kind of looked like Marcus Buchecha headbutted his fingers with his eye, led with his eye into his finger. Yes, Kennedy Nzechukwu shouldn't have had his hands out poked like he did, but there wasn't an action of poking him in the eye. He just kind of had his hands out like this, and Buchecha went down to duck under a shot and go for a takedown, and he just face planted his eye into his finger. So it was a little bit rough for Nzechukwu to lose a point for that. However, it was not too bad, because Nzechukwu was cheating all through that fight. He was grabbing the gloves, he was grabbing the cage multiple times, not in like an impactful way to stop takedowns really, but he was repositioning himself with cage grabs a lot, especially in round 3, I think it was. So yeah, look, probably not the end of the world that he lost the point. It was just the thing that he lost the point for was not even the worst thing he did in that fight. So, and it was before all the shit that he did later. So that was a bit weird. As far as the fight itself, it was kind of dog shit. Marcus Buchecha sucks. He's just one of these big, heavy friggin' BJJ nerds who's got nothing on the feet, just throws the odd body kick and like lame head kick, and tries to get it to the ground. And he had a couple of successful moments on the ground where he did get Kennedy down. He had a bit of back control and stuff. Kennedy did a decent job of defending most things. He kept himself pretty safe from the submissions. I think he was in a heel hook or a knee bar at one point. But Kennedy his fight IQ was, on display in this fight. He could have won this fight easily multiple times over. He had Buchecha rocked and wobbled. He was clearly better on the feet, but his reaction time sucked. He was doing a really bad job of seeing the takedowns coming and defending against them. Like, when he got taken down, he was doing all right to get out, and he kept himself pretty safe, but it was annoying to watch having picked Kennedy Nzechukwu by KO, because I was like, just fucking KO this nerd, bro. Like, he almost did in round 2, I think it was. End of round 1, he had him rocked back and up. And if that round went on for a bit longer, he might have got it done. But I just kept writing down in my notes, bro, Kennedy is so dumb. Like, these blokes, neither of these two have 2 fucking brain cells to rub together. They're going to be nothing in the heavyweight division. Kennedy, yeah, he's retarded. It should have been a draw, and it was a draw. But that eye poke cost me a pick. So, yeah, frustrating. That was a multi-killer, that one as well. But unfortunately, due to the fact that Kennedy Nzechukwu was cheating throughout the fight, he did deserve to lose a point, and then he won round 1, he won round 2. He won round 1 and 3, but he lost round 2, and he got the point taken in round 2. So it has to be a draw. It should have been a draw, and it was a draw. King Green versus Lance Gibson Jr. Another fight that pissed me off, bro. Like, Bobby Green, he's so disrespectful as a fighter. Like, he's just hands down by his side, yapping absolute shit at this Lance Gibson bloke. Look, I get it. This bloke's a bum, and he proved to be a bit of a bum. But Bobby Green was just really fighting in an annoying, fucking disrespectful way. And that type of fighting can be done well. Like, it's cool to, like, emote a little bit and do these ones when the guy misses a shot. There's a few cool things you can do it, but he was doing it every single exchange, and he wasn't winning the fight, like, convincingly in order to have that energy. In my opinion, he lost round 1, and one judge actually gave Lance Gibson the fight. He gave him round 1 and 2, and I was writing down that it was rounds 1 and 2 were close, and they were not convincing enough for Bobby Green to be carrying on the fucking way that he was, just yapping and thinking he was so cool and trying to bloody clip farm and that. It was shit to watch, and I lost a lot of respect for Bobby Green. I've never been that fucking big on him, but he's look at the end of round 3. Bobby Green did okay. He got him down with the takedown and busted him up a bit. Tried to actually go for the finish with 30 seconds to go, but the rest of the fight was dog shit. Bobby Green was fighting like friggin' Adesanya, and he was carrying on and emoting like he was bloody Europa Husker. So it was a pretty shit fight, to be honest. I picked Bobby Green by KO. He didn't get close to KO in the bloke. He won round 3 clearly. He only just won round 2, I reckon, as well. I did score it for Green just, but the judge who gave it rounds 1 and 2 for Gibson, he wasn't crazy to do that. Like, I was at the end of the fight, I was going, fucking hell, Bobby. Like, you could have lost that fight, and you look like you won it 50-45 in a 3-round fight. So, yeah, shit performance from Bobby Green. I'm fucking pissed off about that fight. Those 2 fights annoyed me. The whole card was pretty shit, to be honest, but the couple of highlights did save it. But anyway, Amanda Lemos versus Gillian Robertson. This fight got cancelled harder than the fucking Mighty Guru show. That one, those Sheilas never showed up, so we'll move on from that one. Neil Magny versus Yaroslav Amosov. I don't know what happened with the order of this one. Like, last minute, they swapped around this fight with Joe Anderson-Brito fight. I think maybe they wanted to do a bit of respect to Magny and Amosov, or maybe one of the fellas wasn't ready for his fight or something. But I don't know. They changed the order last minute. So Neil Magny and Yaroslav Amosov headlined the prelims. I locked in Yaroslav Amosov, and I think I said by decision. He gets it done by round 1 submission. Pretty clean performance from Amosov, to be honest. It was to be expected there. He looked pretty good on the feet. He landed good leg kicks, avoided the clinch of Magny, which is Magny's biggest weapon. Got him down with the first takedown that he shot. Cleanly worked his way into a dominant position. Transitioned to an anaconda choke, and that was fucking all she wrote. Tapped out Neil Magny in round 1. It was a pretty dull but effective and efficient performance from Yaroslav Amosov. one of the first guys to bloody come in from Bellator and actually do look pretty good. He passes the Neil Magny test, and he might be someone to watch there at 170. So good shit, Yaroslav Amosov got that lock. Speaking of the other lock as well, I locked in Joe Anderson Brito as well. Was a pretty close fight early, to be honest. I had Brito winning this by round 1 finish, but it was Isaac Thompson put on a pretty good showing for himself. It was close in round 1. I thought that Thompson won round 1 because he dropped Joe Anderson Brito immediately at the start of the fight, and the rest of the fight was pretty even. But as the fight went on, Isaac Thompson, coming off 4 days' notice or whatever it was, he gassed out. He slowed down. He had lower output. Brito just warmed into the fight and just kept, rolling downhill and doing better and better and better. He won by just mixing in his wrestling, his takedowns, a bit of clinch work, some good control time. He had a Darce choke at one point, which looked all right, but Thompson's takedown defense was pretty good, and his submission defense was quite good as well. Just as the fight went on, Thompson's body language declined, and Brito took over the fight. 29-28 for Brito. I think I scored it. I think one of the judges or two gave it 30-27. Didn't think that was a big deal either. Look, Thompson, he'll be back, bro. It's the first Aussie I've ever picked against, so unfortunately for him, I was right, but he'll be back. The UFC is usually pretty nice to these fellas who step in on short notice to get their debut. They normally give them a decent fight in the next one. So good shit. Brito, he's back in the winning column. Fight of the night here. I don't know about fight of the night, but performance of the night, definitely. Sean Sharaf versus Stephen Asplund, the ass plunderer himself. Yeah, Sharaf got his ass plundered for sure. Shout out Guru for that joke. I'm stealing that, but I've been cracking up all week about the ass plunderer. Yeah, the ass plunderer, bro. I coin flipped this one, and we got a coin flip back. The coin flip has literally been going correct, incorrect. And last 2 weeks ago, it was good with Kyoji Horiguchi. Last week, it sucked balls with Edson Barboza. This week, we get fucking the ass plunderer. So I'm so glad that flipped up, because it would have been dirty if I spun up Sharaf and we saw that performance. Bro, Stephen Asplund, man, he's a problem, cuz. He's built different. He's a cardio monster. Look at this bloke and tell me that you would believe me when I say this guy has got excellent cardio, high volume, and he set a heavyweight significant strikes record in less than 2 rounds. Bro, that is fucking amazing to say just from the state of this bloke. No, respect to Stephen Ass Plunderer, bro. He used to be fucking 1,700 pounds or something like that. Big fat cunt, and now he's dropped down all this weight, and he's a UFC fighter, and he's had his debut, and he had one of the sickest performances of the year. Destroyed Sean Sharaf, fucking mutilated him, banged him up, split him right in between the head. I saw a video straight after of Dana White or someone fucking posted the video of Sean Sharaf's head. And, bro, he had the filthy, disgusting split here that you could see his fucking skull. He was split above the eye here, and he was split here. Dude, he's going to be in some fucking hurt tomorrow. He's in for a world of pain in the next few weeks, because his head's going to have to get stitched back together, because Stephen Asplund just dominated him, destroyed him on the feet with not even big power shots. It was just accumulation of volume, peppering him with the jab. Man, like Stephen Ass Plunderer fucking surprised me, and he did really well in this fight, and he deserves to get a step up, and he deserves $50K for that as well. That was a crazy performance. It was a war, but like more of an ass whooping. But Sean Sharaf had some moments too, but Asplund, bro, that was wild. That was a fucking good debut, one of the best debuts I've ever seen in the UFC, especially from a big, heavy bloke who looks the way he does. Tweaks his nipples at the end there. It's pretty funny at the end. He's got his signature moves sorted now, tweaking his nipples. He was amazing on the mic after as well. He's got a sick story. He's promotable. He's got something, he's got that air of just, being promotable. He's got a cool look about him, cool story, bit of a sob story, sick fighting style. He's heavyweight. Plenty of things going for this bloke. So, yeah, I'm on board with the ass plundering hype train. Good shit, Stephen Ass Plunder. I had him on the coin flip, that's right. Yeah, well done. Melissa Croden versus Luana Santos. I didn't even write notes about this. Nothing special at all. It was actually boring as fuck. I picked Luana Santos by decision. She won by decision. Look, I almost picked Croden as well. I think Alonzo bloody nearly picked her. I liked Croden in her last couple of fights. She's decent. She did all right for herself, but Luana Santos just had a clear grappling advantage. She got her down into like a scarf hold for most of round 1 and most of round 3. Round 2 was I think close for, what's her name, Croden, and I think she reversed in round 1 as well. But yeah, Luana Santos didn't do much at all, didn't do any damage, but just held her in like a scarf hold and held her down and landed little rubber ducky shots throughout the fight. Pretty shit fight. To be expected, these type of Sheilas. Alan Fry Jr. and Guilherme Pat. I picked Pat by KO. He wins it by decision 30-27. He looked decent, to be honest with you. Alan Fry Jr. looked like shit, bro. Like, Guilherme Pat was way better than Fry Jr. on the feet. He pieced him up, busted his face up completely, and early on in the fight, he really busted up his cheek, smashed his cheek in, probably a broken orbital, I reckon. I think he sliced his ear up later in the fight as well and cut his ear to pieces. So there's blood everywhere in that fight. Fry Jr., look, credit to him. He's tough as fuck. He kept going throughout the fight. I thought he was going to get finished. 8 shots all day, but, man, he had absolutely nothing for Pat. Hey, like, I don't even know how this guy got signed or what they were thinking. Just a couple of awful wrestling attempts, stalling up against the cage, a little bit of clinching, and then just eating nasty shots all fight. So crazy that he's in the UFC. He's got a good chin though, obviously. So maybe you can do a bit of work on his actual finishing his takedowns and his striking. He needs some help on his striking, and maybe you can have a crack. But yeah, Guilherme Pat, he did good. He might be something decent at heavyweight, but I doubt it. It was a pretty low skill level fight, but entertaining to watch. And then open up the card, Jamie Lynn Horth and Teresa Blader. I picked Blader by decision. Horth gets a round 1 KO, which is pretty unexpected. I went back and rewatched it. It was a short fight. Blader tried to take it down for the first 2 minutes and failed. And then on the break, Jamie Lynn Horth just lands a massive shot that rocks Blader all over the place, and Blader just has no defense and just stumbles backwards into the cage, and just gets tagged up and finished. These two Sheilas look like a couple of year 9 chicks just getting into a scrap outside the fucking canteen at high school. It was pretty horrible. Awful performance from Teresa Blader. I'm glad I didn't watch it live because that extra couple of minutes of sleep I got, I was stoked with. But I guess I did go back and watch it afterwards. It was, so fucking woe is me. Anyways, overall, pretty shit card. Give it a 5 out of 10. Picks were pretty good. Main event, cunted again. So anyway, that's it, boys. The UFC's done for 2025 and until February, pretty much. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get some new hobbies, fellas, or I'm gonna have to get some new fucking ideas because this is a big part of my life here. And having 6 weeks off, it's like a cigarette smoker having 6 weeks off durries, mate. So, yeah, I'm going to be pacing around my house a fair bit. I've got a pretty funny video coming along with with what I will actually be doing for these 6 weeks. Keep your eye out for that one. It's going to be called "What the Fuck Am I Going to Do for 6 weeks?" So I'm looking forward to dropping that one. I'm also working on the Punch-On's official 2025 awards. That'll be coming soon. Keep your eye out for that. If you enjoyed the Punch-On's content in 2025, boys, you know what to do. Go down there, like the video, subscribe. We're still trying to kick over 100. Let's get it before the end of the year. I'll keep bringing the good content. You boys pay me back with a little like and a subscribe. Comment down below what you thought of the card. Anything else that you're looking forward to for next year. I'll see you fellas in the next one. Hope you have a sick Christmas. Happy New Year's. And I'll see you for some more Punch-On soon. Punch on.